Okay, one of the options, one of the new bar options you have in the new toolkit is the new shadow bars. Now these are a little bit different than bars that you are used to. The new shadow bars allow you to use the benefit of diagnostic bars but get the clarity and accuracy of real pricing as well as accurate reversal percentage size. All right, now what do we mean by that? Well, the classic diagnostic bars, and if you click on this link right here, you can watch a video and explanation of how diagnostic bars work. But the classic diagnostic bar standard uses a 50% open, which means it fills in on the first tick of the formation of that bar from the open to the first tick, with the open plotting at 50% between the open and close of the previous bar. Now, what does all that mean that I just said? Well, let me show you here. Let's take a look. Just a quick example for you. You can go through and read through this section a little more in depth, and you can go through and watch the diagnostic bar video to understand this a little better. But for those of you that are familiar with diagnostic bars, for example, if this diagnostic bar right here closed down, okay, it closed down, then we get a new bar, correct? Well, as you all know, once this bar closes, and for example, this is a 12 tick bar, well, when we get one more tick, this new bar opens, and it opens right here. But the plot of the bar starts right here, 50% of the previous bar, meaning we've got the open and close of the previous bar. One more tick, we start this new bar. But as all of you know, it plots from the middle. All right, so for example, a 12 tick bar, each new bar is not 12 more ticks. It's actually 6 ticks, right? Because this whole bar is 12 ticks. So this bar closes, a new bar opens, and when this bar goes down 6 ticks, makes a new bar, and another 6 ticks makes a new bar. So it's called a 12 tick bar, but the bar does not actually move down 12 ticks to make a new bar. All right, the next diagnostic bar opens, plots 50% of the previous bar. I know this might be a little confusing to you, but this bar closes, a new bar starts at this price level, but the plot is up here. So we've got 6 ticks here, and then another 6 ticks makes a new bar. That makes up the 12 ticks. What this does is kind of takes time out of the equation and smooths this out for us. All right, that's the reason behind the diagnostic bars. Okay, but when that plots from 50% of the opening, and then it uses 100% of the tick size for reversal. So for a 12 tick bar size, it would mean 12 ticks from the painted open, and that open is 50% between the open and close of the previous bar. So if the market moved up to a price that was 12 ticks above that open and moved one more tick up or down to a price that is 12 ticks below that open and moved one more tick, it would make a new bar. Now all that probably sounded really confusing to you. If you read back through here, you can understand it and see what I mean here. All right, so one of the reasons of the shadow bars is to be able to get the best of both worlds here. All right, here's an example of the shadow bars. Okay, now follow along with me here, and then you can go back through and kind of see some of these calculations. We've mapped it all out for you exactly how to duplicate the diagnostic bar look. Okay, so with these shadow bars, for example, if I had a shadow bar that was 312, what that means is on a new bar, once it moves down, for example, 3 ticks, make a new bar. 3 ticks, make a new bar. Okay, and the plot is an accurate real plot, meaning this bar has moved down 3 ticks, closes, the next bar opens right there where that one closed. It shows you the accurate opening and closing of the bars. It's not replotting it 50% of the previous bar. Okay, so that is one of the biggest reasons for the shadow bars, is to be able to give you an accurate open and close. But one of the things of, let me just show you an example here. Let's say on this diagnostic bar that it moved down and opened this bar, right? But then let's say it went up a few ticks and then it came back down. Well, we're not going to see that, because if it went up a few ticks here but didn't go all the way to the open, we're not going to see that because it's plotted right here at the open. Does that make sense? We're not going to see that. But on a shadow bar, we would see that. See how these bigger wicks and bigger, it plots up here and then it comes down. So what can happen is this shows us an accurate open, high, low, close, but it also shows you different size bars, which can be confusing to some people. Some people like to see the true open, high, low, close, but they want to see some consistency there. All right, and so with the shadow bars, okay, what we can do is we can see those accurate openings and closings, but we can emulate the shadow. The shadow itself will emulate a diagnostic bar look. So you can see what it would look like if that was a diagnostic bar, but inside of that shadow you see the actual true open, high, low, and close. Okay, it's plotted directly on the true open. So right here we go through and explain to you, I'll let you read through here, the size of the diagnostic bar divided by 2, then subtract 1. You're like, what is all that? Basically what that is doing is showing you how to emulate the shadow to look like a diagnostic bar would look. Lori goes through in the forum post here and explains it for you, and then goes through and breaks some of them down for you. If you want it to look like a 12 tick bar, 10 tick, 8 tick, 6 tick, 3 tick, and so on. Okay, so a couple things here on the shadows. So the shadows allow you to have a smoothing bar view, but still with the ability to see the real open, high, low, and close. That way, you know, you can know what the market's really doing, or the market really pull back or not, especially if you got, you know, tighter stops on a scalp trade. Okay, because again, on a diagnostic bar, unless you're really watching the price there, especially if you're back testing without replay, to be able to know, okay, well, this bar opened up here, but did it go straight down, or did it pop back up and retrace first and then come back down? And I want to be able to know that without having to do a market replay. Well, I can see that on the shadow bars. I can see this new bar opened up here, but popped all the way back up here and then came back down, closed 3 ticks below this bar, made a new bar. I can see the true movement, true open, high, low, close of that bar. Okay, so again, I'll let you read through there on your own and understand that a little bit better, as far as the calculations of how to use these settings. But basically, when you open a new chart, okay, you go to new chart, and let's just select NQ again, and if you select the shadow bars right here, it'll let you input what you want them to be. Okay, now if you go back to the forum post here, all right, you'll see here, this is the shadow bar data series of where you would input that information, and you can also adjust your, you know, your bar width there. But let's look right back up here. Okay, right here, the shadow bars solve the above issues by allowing you to define the trend and reversal tick size. So the trend size is X ticks from the true open plus 1 tick before a new bar is formed. So if I want to know when the market moves up 6 ticks, and I want to see that plotted accurately live as a true open, okay, so if I said 6 ticks, if I put 6 ticks right there, all right, that means the market would move up 5 ticks, and then boom, the 6th tick would make that new bar. The reversal size will be based on the true open, not off a middle plot close. So the reversal size is X ticks from the true open plus 1 tick before a reversal bar is formed. All right. So instead of like on diagnostic bars where everything is based off a 50% open plot and then a percentage reversal, okay, this is based on true ticks, because on a diagnostic bar, if I have a 12 tick diagnostic bar here, again, when a new bar is formed, the open is plotted 50% of here of the previous bar, and then when it comes down 12 ticks, then makes a new bar. But also on the reversal, it would have to move 12 ticks up from this middle plot. All right, so that means you have to start here, come all the way back up here, then another 12 ticks, then make that bar. So you don't see the true open, high, low, and close. But with the shadow bars, you can select that, what you want that number to be, okay, for the reversals and for the new plots. Now, again, to use these new bars, you do have to, well, let's go over here. You do have to have the bar style setting indicator, okay? Now, right here under section 3, trailing shadows. Right now I have it set to automatic, okay? Basically what that means is the shadows you see are emulating a diagnostic bar, okay? Look here, for example, all right? This bar closed, and then this one opens and comes 3 ticks down. But what is this shadow for? That shadow is basically emulating a diagnostic bar. Notice it's plotting about halfway up. Okay, so the actual bars you see with the full shade and the candles are the actual bars, but the shade themselves emulate a diagnostic bar. So you still get the look and feel of the diagnostic bar that you're used to, but seeing the true open and high and low close. Now, so if I have it here on automatic, it's going to automatically plot that shadow based on whatever settings I had in my data series. Meaning if I popped in 3 and 12 or 5 and 18, okay, whatever I showed to be my, next open or my reversal, on automatic, it's going to automatically plot that, okay, based on those settings. If I say I want to change it to manual, and I want it to emulate a 12 tick bar, or what about an 18 tick bar, boom, then it's going to show what diagnostic bar would look like on an 18 tick bar, okay? Or if I want to take it down to a 3 tick bar, whatever I want to do there, I can manually put that in and it will show that, okay? If I want to make it 12, because I'm used to doing 12, okay, you just have to realize it's going to show you what that would look like, but you just have to realize, even though you put 12 in there because you want to visually see that like you're used to seeing a 12 tick bar, keep in mind each new bar is not 12 ticks, okay? It's 3 ticks. 3 ticks below the previous close. You're just visually seeing there what that would look like. Now, if you want to go to the bar style indicator, your other option here is just off. Turn it off. If you want it off where there's no shadow at all, so there's no emulation of or simulation of a diagnostic bar, you can. And what you'll simply see there is these tick bars that are simply 3. When a bar is moved 3 ticks down, it'll make a new bar. 3 ticks down, new bar. Okay, and it's not going to reverse until it's gone 12 ticks the other way. Like here, for example, 3 ticks down, new bar. 3 ticks down, new bar. 3 ticks down, new bar. Boom. 12 ticks up, then new bar. So this is letting you see the actual movement of the market with true opens, true reversals, true closes, but you can emulate the look of the diagnostic bar if you want to. Okay, so that is that's a basic explanation of the new shadow bars. Okay, again, you can go through here, read the forum posts a little more in depth if you want to understand how the calculations are done a little better, and to understand exactly how you would need to, you know, if you say, hey, I like that, I want to use that, I want to see that, I want to see the true open and close, but I don't want to mess up what I'm used to on diagnostic bars. Again, the calculations are all in here for you of whatever bar size you're used to using, how to replicate that. And Lori even broke down step by step for you, you know, 12, 10, 8, 6, and 3 tick bars. Okay? And kind of shows you exactly how to use those. So those are the new shadow bars. Go ahead and pop those on your charts, check them out, and play with those. And again, use this forum section here for any questions or for any examples of sharing charts or trading or how you are using them.